Fred said, we're going to do a shoot this video here live in San Diego, and I have a special guest today. Now, some of you guys have heard me talk about, my mentor Tracy Walker, and it's so funny, when I got started last year, when I decided to, after I got faked out, when I joined the at-home business that I was always going to meetings with, and I decided to go online, I went on YouTube and I started watching some videos. So it was actually two people that really jumped out to me. One was Tracy Walker, and then the other was Nicole Cooper. So I called Tracy Walker, and I'm like, well, I'll call Nicole tomorrow. But Tracy called me right back, and at that time, I was explaining to her that I was frustrated about doing my network marketing business, and I wanted to learn how to do things online. Well, there was no Empower Network at the time, so we just both decided to become friends, and we would uplift one another. And then you guys know the story about when I came to Empower Network. So then all of a sudden I get to realize that Nicole Cooper and Tracy were actually good friends, and so I still ended up getting to work with her. And so and then she has a couple other things that she worked on. I partnered up with her, and she is a phenomenal leader. This is the first time I got a chance to meet her in person, so I want to take this time in order to say some words. Tell us about this transition of Empower Network, and I want to put this out there because I know I have an audience. A lot of women follow my blogs and things like that, and they're at-home moms, and Nicole, she is that person that was able to use and leverage all of these different tools out here to get the things that she wanted out of life. So Nicole, can you share with us what Empower Network has brought to your family lifestyle and in general?
You know what, Fred? We've tried so many different things. Most of us who somehow randomly end up on the internet, this is probably not our first rodeo. We've tried different companies, and I'm that person that has tried it all. I sold it all. People will see me coming wondering, what is she selling now? And I've been, really struggling because I found different vehicles that made me money, but they never impacted anybody else's life. So you realize when you get to a point that it's good to make money, but it's even better when you help others make money. And what I found was I would try things, I would introduce them to other people, I would get the moms who are the single moms, and they can't pay their rent, but they're sacrificing that rent to do a business, all to never make a penny. They lose their house, they get evicted. We've heard these stories, and as a mom myself, I know what the struggle is like, trying to maintain a household, trying to make sure that you have your kids taken care of, getting them in good schools. And so, being in all these different businesses, honestly, before Empower Network, I was burned out. I didn't want to be bothered because I was concerned that it would not help and benefit anybody else's life. But Tracy, who was a really good friend of mine, she kept calling me and telling me, Nicole, look, this is it. This is what we've been looking for. And so I got in this business, and the first 2 months I made some money. But what was so beautiful to me was when I started getting the phone calls from my partners who said, Nicole, I'm not doing much, but I've been getting checks. I'm starting to see money come in. And when I heard that, it was like the light bulb came on. Because you want to make sure that you're impacting other people's lives. And so Empower Network, what it's done for myself, first of all, is it's given me the confidence that I can walk in integrity with what I'm doing. And it's also given me the confidence that I can do and show people how to duplicate what we've done by just connecting them with our system. Our system is not designed, moms, we don't have a lot of time at all. Right now, I have about an hour a day. I haven't been on my computer for a week and a half. And I have about an hour a day between my son's nap time, because he doesn't sleep long, to really get anything done. But we're sitting in front of a check that I just got today for $27,932 for the past 3 months, of which one I was stuck in my bed with postpartum depression. So when we talk about what has this done for your family, well, the reality that you can have financial freedom but also live the life of your dreams, all those other businesses made me slaves to my dreams. This business is allowing me to live my dream because I can actually spend more time with my family and not be on the computer for 18 hours a day, neglecting everything in my life, and all in the name of making money. The second thing that it's done is it's actually created belief in my husband. My husband is here. This is his first event in 4 years, 4.5, 5 years, and he's looking at the audience. He's not looking at us. at me per se. He's looking at the people, the excitement, the joy, and the checks. That makes a difference.
The checks, really.
If you saw the wall that was lined up with the checks, which I wish I would, we need to get video of that.
I did one. I did a walk. I did the walk. The check walk.
The check walk. You know, this is the first company where so many people are making real money. I mean, they had about 20, 30, 40 maybe checks over there of people who had five-figure, I think it was over $23,000, made over $23,000 in the last 3 months. 40-something people, of which I'm one of them, guys, and I have not had a lot of time. How many times have you seen me start and quit? They didn't even know who I was and what I was doing anymore, because I would show up and be like, I'm back, I'm ready, and then I disappear again. They had to vote me back into the crew. You know, because I just would show up and then, oh, where's Nick? Never attend anything, couldn't, because I was in my own world, but I'm sitting in front of a $27,000 check, so.
That's right. And then one thing that you said just really jumped out is that for the first time, and we heard this from somebody on stage, that I feel that when I was in my MLM, literally, I didn't want to recruit anybody.
Exactly.
I got to a point that if I, people follow me because they just like me, So, but I knew they couldn't do what I do.
Yep.
So it was like I felt dirty.
Yep.
Every time somebody would write a check and sign up, and then so I just said, you know what? I'm not going to recruit anybody. But I know with those type of businesses, that's the lifeline. Once I made that in my mind, I knew that business was over. And I just thank God that He was able to bring people in my life, like Tracy, like Nicole, and then put us in this community of the Dream Team. You guys have no idea. We can't explain in words. You have to be here.
Yep.
And then see, the only way that you're going to really find out how this thing is, you got to get on the inside.
That's right.
So you're going to probably see a link under here somewhere. I advise you to click that link, see what we're doing, and we'll see you on the beaches.
No, don't see what we're doing. You make a decision to do what we're doing. Because you know what, guys? It's going to be a year from now where Fred is going to, not even a year, no, the next event. Fred's going to be like, oh, I just made this in a month. And you don't want to sit back and say, oh gosh, I missed the boat. Because guess what, Fred? Most of these guys who are on stage today, or a couple of these guys, the number one earner, the actual when the company was inducted, I was there. Actually had the owner sit and talk to me in the parking lot for 2.5, almost 3 hours until 2 o'clock in the morning when I was 8.5 months pregnant. And I walked away and said, and now I'm standing next to people who introduced me to this, and I said no about 15, 20 times, and they making $340,000 in 10 months. And yeah, this is cool making 30, but he made how much in 3 months? Well, no, last month he made, last month he made 70 grand. You know, the first guy who introduced us to me. So guys, sometimes not making that decision will keep you back. It's time to make a decision. Don't ask a bunch of questions. Don't feel like you need to research